A very good morning, everyone. Today we have with us a very special guest, Miss Raveena Jain from eduMETA. So before we get into our session and learn more about the school, let me give you a brief introduction about her. Miss Raveena has done a master's in biotechnology and her certification in career counseling. It was always her dream to start a school, which she made into reality in the year 2022. She believes that educating the child is the best thing one can do. A very warm welcome to you, Miss Raveena. Thank you for joining us. Okay, to begin with, let me ask you that what was the thought behind starting the school?
As you already said, I always believe that educating a child is the best thing one can do in life. And preschool is something, it's the first step which the child takes for their future. It's like a foundation for them, and being a part of that foundation is very special. So to give the best foundation to every child was my thought behind starting the school.
Now, in a city, I don't know how many years you've been in Bangalore, but in a city like Bangalore, we see that there are schools mushrooming, coming up, whether they are primary, secondary schools every year. And apart from that, of course, even preschools, you see them that every second or third lane, there is a preschool. So with so many schools all around, how does your school stand to make a difference?
In terms of methodology, here we follow traditional plus Montessori approach. So basically our curriculum is international curriculum. We follow real activity-based learning methodology, which means whatever the concept we teach the child, we teach it through in the form of the activity. Instead of just drawing it on the board or showing in the picture, no. The child has to do that activity by himself to understand the concept. So the learning gets more better, creative and fun for the child.
That's nice. Sounds very interesting. Now, as an educator, what do you think that today when you see parents, when they look for school, their thought is not about the proximity or how close a school is, but they usually have a question in mind as to whether a school is an ICSE or IGCSE or CBSE board. Of course, in the early years, the boards do not come into the picture. But in the long run, that is a question that stays on in their mind. So as an educator, do you think that boards, what kind of a board a child studies in, does that really make a difference in a child's life?
Not actually. If the child is capable and has the interest of learning, he will do it wherever he is, be it a state board or CBSE or ICSE. It's about the parents, every parent has different thinking. Like some prefer with CBSE, some go with ICSE. What they have themselves learned, they want to go with that or opposite of that. So no, boards doesn't make much of a difference.
I think I would agree with you. That's absolutely right. Yeah. Irrespective of the board that the child studies in, even if it's a state board, it doesn't really depend on whether the child is going to succeed in life. Absolutely. Of course, though it's just been a year, but I'm sure that you would have come across parents. Suppose somebody has, say, a 3-year-old child and another child they see who's of the same age group. They feel that the other child knows much more than their own child. And so do you think that is there any particular way that a child learns, which probably the parents can also help their child with?
Every child is unique. Like some child learn it very fast and few take time. So it's I feel instead of forcing or just telling him he's doing better, why you are not learning, we have to give them space and time to learn. When we do that, they get that positive energy from us, be it parents or the teachers. And when they feel comfortable and positive, they will definitely learn, either today or tomorrow, but they will do it.
Absolutely. So you were saying the key is to just have patience and wait.
Yes.
That is the right time.
Very patient with the small kids. Yes. They are very young. Few are very naughty and few is they will not even talk to you. They are very reserved. So each child is different, and in that way, we have to give them time.
Absolutely. So true. some of the parents we see today that once a child comes back home, the child is sent to probably a dance class, an art class, a music class, robotics, or a few other things. Some parents do that. And the reason that they do is because they want to develop or help the child develop an overall personality. So would you have, or would you like to give some tips to parents wherein they can help their child build an overall kind of a personality?
To look out for the schools which have everything, like all in one. Like our school, like here we go weekly with all the activities. One day we have dance, one day art and crafts, sports, yoga, audio visual. So we do like this every day. Half an hour, 45 minutes is allotted for extracurricular, so that child gets to know and learn different things along with their academics. And they build that interest right from the very early age. So
Okay,
yes,
wow.
this is important. But yes, at this early age, there is no need to send them for any extra classes. If the school can provide all, parents can do that all at once.
Absolutely. Where activities are concerned, of course, especially early years, it's very important that children learn through activities, because that's what really catches their attention. So, what kind of emphasis does your school give to activities as part of even curriculum?
A lot of emphasis we try to give on the activities, because I feel extracurricular activities are equally important like academics, because we do not know what the future involves for the child. He might not be interested in maths, but he might be interested in the dance. So right from the early age, when we give them options to learn everything, at right age they will get to understand what they like, or whichever thing they like or not in that.
So you mean to say that children should be allowed to explore different kind of activities, right?
Definitely, they
Oh,
should
yes.
explore. Only when they explore, they get curiosity to learn.
Yes, absolutely. So the word curiosity brings me to my next question. And the kind of world that children today live in, it's all very, it's a world of digitization, and we can't really shy away from it. Because even a child as young as 6 to 8 year old, 6 months old, would know how to probably handle the phone, just the basic thing, or, something like that. But so in a world like this, how does, curiosity get inculcated in children? How do we develop? How do we make children explorers or curious learners?
By listening to them. Like these days, I have seen like parents, give them phone, and when you give them something, they will not look around what is happening around them. So when we give them that space, that time from our end to listen to them, their ideas, their thoughts, whatever be it the naughty idea or the naughtiness they do. But when they give them that space, they automatically feel that opposite person is ready to listen to them. And then they want to do that thing when we are listening to that. So that's how we can make them curious about the things around them.
Now, coming to the workforce, as we call them, our teachers, the pillars of any school. Now, if somebody wanted to probably join your school, what is the kind of recruitment process that you follow at school? So, like, on what basis or what qualities of a teacher do you actually recruit them?
So the first thing, we definitely look out for the certification in the preschool teaching. Secondary is the experience. But yes, we do go with the fresher teachers also. First, the utmost important thing which I look for a teacher is how well she can adapt herself to the child. Like when the child is coming for the first time to the school, how quick she comes up with the ideas to make that child get adjusted to her. That is the most important thing. Activities, everything comes secondary, the academics, everything secondary. We should be very much quick to make that child smile or get that child out of that crying zone. So that is the most important thing which I look for a teacher.
Okay, that's great. But I mean, how is it that you are able to identify this quality? Because when we have, say, a round of demo, etc., it's very hard to understand the teacher in just one go. So
we actually go with the trial also once or twice in the school. We just see how they take the class, and then we make the decision on that. How they are with the child.
Okay, yeah, that's a good thing. because that way you will be able to understand.
Yes. Because in interview they will be giving us ideas, they will do that, this and all. But when they do it with the kids, that time we get to know how they are doing it.
So what kind of a training program that you have planned or you doing for the teachers? And most of the schools do have during induction, beginning of the session, they have a training program. But do you also plan to have some kind of a refresher training which is on?
Yes. We give them the basic training when they join the school. After that, they have regular trainings like for each month we give them the training that what they have to cover this month. And apart from the academics training, we also give them the extracurricular training about the events or the activities, what and all new things they can do. So this way, the regular trainings keeps on happening every month.
So I would like to know, what is the teacher-student ratio that you have in your school? How many children and how many teachers in a class?
We go with one teacher for 10 to 12 kids.
Okay. That's
along with one caretaker.
Okay. That must be ensuring that children get individual attention. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
So tell me, when we were talking about activities, what are some of the major activities that are being planned? Of course, new session is starting now. You would be planning it at this point of time. So what are the yearly activities or yearly events that parents can and children can look forward to?
Best event which we did last year was our annual day. It was awarded as the best annual day out of all the high school branches all over India. So the annual day, sports day, then we have field trips, day outing, and apart from that, we also did a fun fair on this Women's Day for all the mothers of our kids, which was also a very big event this time. And rest apart from all this, we try to celebrate each and every festival here.
That really sounds so exciting. I'm sure they must be looking forward to all these events.
Yes, definitely.
Yes. Now, when it comes to parent participation, whether you give some kind of a homework or activities for home, or it comes to activities or events planned at school, what kind of a participation do you expect from parents?
Definitely, we expect the equal participation from their end. This entire year, I have observed that without asking only, these days parents give a lot of participation from their end only. So like as I told you about our annual day, so there we had performances by our parents and the child. Sports day, we had games for parents. On Parents' Day itself, we did fireless cooking with parents and the child. So in that way, when we look at the parents participating in all those events, it's actually very good to see that. And when the kids themselves see their parents doing it, they get that urge to do it by themselves. So it's actually very good. These days, parents will show their participation no matter like whether we ask or not.
That's really interesting, because I think the younger the child is, the parent really would like to be a part of everything that the child does.
Definitely.
Yes, that's amazing.
Me, being a parent myself, I love to participate in all the events, like whichever events are there in my daughter's school. So yes.
That's lovely. Coming now to safety guidelines. Of course, government has laid down certain guidelines for all the schools to follow. And so what are some of the safety protocols that your school follows to ensure that the child is safe within the school premise?
We take all the measures for the safety of the child, be it the CCTV camera. It is installed in all the rooms, right, starting from the road itself. So once the child enters, we have the detail of everything, like whatever he is doing. Next is our well-trained staff, be it the security guard or the caretakers. And then other than that, all the water hygiene and everything we take care of that, be it cleaning, mat cleaning, or the rides and everything which children use, we get it clean on regular basis. So all the safety measures are taken from our end.
That's great. And which area is your school located in?
It's in Puram. It's near to Lal Bagh.
Okay, that's nice. anything that you would like to share with the parents on about your school, or do you think that parents, and something that we have not discussed about, but something that you would like the parents to know?
As I told about our unique methodology, so that's what I want to tell to the parents, that you enroll the child first. You yourself will see the difference, the way we teach them the concepts or the extracurricular activities, like whatever we do with the child, our way of teaching, our form of taking care of the child, that they can only know when they enroll the child. So yes, and other than that, they can definitely look out for our social media pages, where they can find what and all activities we did the last year.
So almost coming towards an end, I would like to know, what is it, or what was that eureka moment for you when you thought about becoming an educator?
Actually, that moment is kids itself. Like when I look at the kids, be like whether they are crying, laughing, smiling, or the naughtiness or playfulness, whatever it is, when we look at them, I feel motivated. Like every time I look at them, every day I will feel motivated, and that ideas keep on popping. Like, yeah, I have to do this for them. I have to be more creative with them. So all those things comes when I see them. So it's like right now I have summer vacations. Kids are not coming. I myself feel so bored coming to school. So it's like they are only our daily dose of motivation and happiness.
Yes, I can see the passion and love for children, kind of coming forth and translating it through your work. Anyway, it was lovely talking to you, Miss Raveena. I don't know how the time passed quickly, and we hope to have you back with us soon, and want to hear great things about your school. And we pray that your school scales greater heights, and we wish you all the very best. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much, ma'am.